Hey, you're riding in the car with the Chiro. I had a great question, so here's our topic today. Do chiropractors use different techniques? And the answer is absolutely yes. There are a bunch of different techniques that chiropractors use. Why do we choose different techniques? Well, we learn a bunch of techniques when we're going to school to decide for us when we graduate and become practicing chiropractors which technique resonates with us, which one do we feel that we can deliver the very best adjustments with. And so there are many techniques, hands-on techniques, instrument adjusting techniques, soft tissue techniques. There is a high force, low velocity technique. There's a low force technique. There's energy work that gets done in a chiropractic office that is a particular technique. So there are many techniques out there that chiropractors will utilize in their practice. The reason why a chiropractor picks particular techniques is because that is the technique that they felt most confident with. That's the one that they love getting adjusted by themselves. So that's the one that they can own. That becomes their expertise. Now, when you get an adjustment, most of the time, a chiropractic adjustment should not hurt you. It shouldn't hurt to get an adjustment. I say most of the time because occasionally folks come in excruciating pain, whether it is they hurt themselves at work or working in the yard, or were involved in a motor vehicle accident, woke up one morning, could not turn their head, their neck is stuck like that, or they got out of bed and they woke up crooked and their back is so stuck. So sometimes when your muscles are screaming, you're extremely inflamed, an adjustment can make things more sensitive. That doesn't mean that it was a bad adjustment. It just means that there's inflammation there, and the adjusting through that inflammation can create more inflammation. Sometimes you get inflamed after an adjustment. Sometimes. That should not be the norm. You should not be sore after each and every adjustment. You should be communicating with your chiropractor if you are sore after an adjustment, because we don't know how every patient is going to react to that adjustment. So we need your feedback. If you're getting a negative experience, we need to know about that so we can figure out exactly why. In my particular office, I will evaluate what my technique is and maybe switch how much, how often, or how I make my adjustment to that patient. There are many ways to give an adjustment to a particular segment in the spine, and not every patient responds to that particular technique. And so I like to say that I have my bag of tricks where I use a multitude of techniques in order to achieve the success in correcting that patient's spine, but more importantly, in making sure they are not having a negative, painful experience when going to chiropractor. If that happens repeatedly, especially if you've shared that with your chiropractor and they continue to do the same thing, it's time to find another chiropractor, because they're not listening to what you're telling them. They're not listening to what you need, how your body's responding. And unfortunately, there are good and bad docs out there. I'm here to talk about all us amazing chiropractors out there that genuinely do care about our patients and the success that we have with helping correct your spinal health issues. And the only way we know is if you give us feedback. But again, 90+% of the time, even 95% of the time, you should not have pain when you get an adjustment at the chiropractor. The technique matters none. It's all about what that doctor feels is the best technique for them, that they feel they've got the best expertise. They absolutely love doing the work that they're doing. And that's why they're really proficient and great at the particular technique that they employ in their practice. So I'm so grateful for you, Sharon, for asking that question. So many people don't realize that there are many of us out there that do things differently, yet achieve massive success. So find the right chiropractor for you. We all love what we do. we all employ a technique that empowers us to deliver the very best chiropractic care on the planet. I know that's my vision and focus and mission in my practice. So if you've been scared about going to the chiropractor because you were hurt, just like getting a bad haircut, having a bad car mechanic, going to a dentist that was less than graceful with you when they were working on your teeth, don't give up on us chiropractors. There are many wonderful, caring chiropractors out there that can deliver the goods to you in a different manner. Just communicate your concerns and fears and give your body a chance with another chiropractor. You won't regret it when you find the right chiropractor for you. And if you're in my area, I'd love to get that opportunity to be that right chiropractor for you. I've had lots of folks in my career come in and say, well, I've waited 20 years and that last chiropractor jacked me up, whatever. I'm not here to talk about the chiropractor that you had the bad experience with. We're not going to hash that out. We're going to discover what it is that caused you to hurt, and more importantly, what we can do to get your body to work at its optimum level, because you deserve to be as healthy as you were designed to be. So I'm Dr. Anita from Mylon Family Chiropractic Center right here in Bayville, and you've been riding in the car with the chiro. I hope that answered your question, Sharon. Have a glorious day. See you on the next ride.